Good morning, my lovely friends out there in the world. Happy Tuesday. It's a Tuesday, April 11th. Hope you're having a great day so far. Not too much going on out there right now. Today, we don't really have any news to keep an eye out for. I'm really just like, I'm hurt. I had this great, fantastic gold call out last night. I didn't take it because I was waiting for just more of a confirmation, and I'm a lot more picky during Asian session. But I was looking for a retest and then a rally back through these highs, and you got just that perfect play overnight. I was considering setting a limit order, but just opted out on doing that because, well, I mean, the last couple of days, I mean, look, we've been creating this downtrend here with this descending highs. So I'm not in the game of anticipating breakouts or trades during Asian session, at least. So didn't take it, but great idea. We are now broken structure here, so I'll go over that in a second. But let's start how we always start and analyze our lovely friends, the dollar. Weekly chart already created our upper wick, and now we're pushing bearish, potentially pushing back down towards this 101.500 support. Daily chart, finding some resistance here. We're now back in this range. If we extend this up slightly, we're just chopping around this range here, so likely to head back down towards this 101.5. Although it created no upper daily wick, I'd be surprised if the dollar left a big rejection wick and then started pushing bullish after this pretty steep sell-off right out of the gate. Filled the move from yesterday completely, and so now we got to see, okay, does the dollar break through these lows? If we do, we're heading down towards 101.5. If we do find some support here, then maybe we get like a nice sympathy bounce here, out like a nice rally out of here. But for now, clearly looking pretty weak, and so we are maintaining these lower highs. So looking for dollar sell continuations. The equities. Yeah, so looking at US30 here on the 4-hour chart. I talked about it. This is the main area you want to keep an eye on, this 33,704, bottom of this consolidation, prior rejection point as well. So this lid here is going to be looking for a bull or bear, bull breakout or bear continuation from that area. This 33,400 is going to be where you see sellers take over. So we're still in this range. And so I'm going to play this range until it decides to break out one way or the other. Keep in mind, we do have this channel where we've been bouncing in for the last, I don't know, 5 months maybe. Yeah, so we are approaching potentially this rejection area to then head down. So we'll see what we get. Mo, what's going on? It's been a while. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope the family and the kids doing well. Hope you're getting some sleep. I know how that goes. So looking at intraday price action on US30, we have lows set in for the day at 33,574. High set in at 33,633 area. So we're in this range. As far as playing price action today, let's kind of bring this over because we are sitting on top of some other resistance as well. Here's the thing is, if I'm looking for buys, we're already at, so if you know how to range trade here, you don't want to buy at resistance, and we're already sitting at this pretty heavy rejection area of resistance. Not enough range for buys, in my opinion. At least it's not enough range for where I'm comfortable taking a buy, because I typically like to see, if this is a pretty heavy area of resistance. I'm just going to leave it at that. So I'm not going to buy into that. So I'm not looking at buys anywhere where it's at. Ideally, we see some sells. And I'm going to look for one of two things. If we do break this resistance here, you know, we do have prices reject a little higher, around 33,704 is that level I had drawn. So we do have some range around 70 pips, but that's not... could be enough. I'm going to opt out on that, though. Not a huge fan. I'd rather see sells below 33,560. Although the range on here, best either, about 70, 80 pips. So, I mean, you have about 80 pips to range the downside, but you also have about 80 pip to range the upside. So, you just got to keep in mind that in this area, you have a lot of just, you know, a lot of rejection, a lot of wicks. So it would definitely be an area where I'd want to see maybe a higher time frame close above, retest, something like this maybe, right? And then we'll look for potential buys heading back up. Keep in mind, though, you got to keep in mind if you are taking this trade, we are sitting at resistance, so you don't want to overstay your welcome. So I'm not going to be trading in this range. Really no point to be trading this range. You have highs set here, you have lows set in here. I mean, you could range trade it, but really, honestly, it's only about a 40 pip range, so not nearly enough. So not going to trade in this range. What I'm going to do is trade for the breakout, retest. Whoops. That's nice. Breakout, retest, and then push towards 33,007. So about 80 pip range on both sides for US30. But again, we're not trading this till 9 o'clock or so. Not till volume gets creeping in here. But yeah, we'll see. Oh, well, thanks. Glad to hear it. Curious, what do you think about the SPY, IWM? I'll go over that. I'll check. I'll let you know right now. Werner, long time. Been busy lately. Hard having two wives. Yeah, it must be hard having two wives. I can barely deal with one, let alone two. So, you're still in nat gas. I can't believe that you're still in nat gas. That's crazy. Good for you. It's just been bleeding a slow death, and you're just holding on to it. Good for you. But what do I think about the SPY and IWM? IWM, I think, is clearly a lot weaker than anything else. I mean, if you look at IWM, right? It's still sitting here at these, like, December lows. You know, it's sitting right down here. But if you look at the SPY, you know, December lows are down here, right? SPY is all the way back up here at the upper end of this range. So clearly, you're seeing the IWM be less favorable. You're also seeing the tech is leading the way. Tech's ahead of the SPY even, right? So, I mean, look, tech's on breakout here. SPY's potentially on breakout here if we can continue higher. IWM, I mean, I wouldn't even buy IWM if somebody gave me money. I would steer clear completely of IWM. Just dog shit chart right now. If we're playing buys here with the market, would you rather trade IWM here where it's just clearly weak and can't go anywhere, or would you rather trade tech that's been on this bullish run here and been ripping, right? Or even SPY that's about to break out? Wouldn't touch IWM at all. But hey, SPY's looking interesting. We are sitting here on this breakout mode. Broke out, retested, now continuing higher. Definitely want to see how it reacts to this resistance that we're at. We've been in this prior consolidation here. So now we're back in this potential consolidation zone where we've topped out many times. So definitely keep an eye on this area, because it's an area we've seen a lot of accumulation, a lot of just massive rejection from here, right? So clearly on a breakout mode, but I wouldn't be buying here because you're buying into this potential rejection. So I would definitely wait for some type of confirmation if I was looking for a move off of that, or some kind of, you know, move like this. You're just in a zone that's not tradable in my opinion, for swings at least. Now been holding at 2.8, been down 53k. That is now it's only 30k. Oh man, that is just that's brutal. Well, hopefully it goes up for you. What do you think about Bitcoin? All right, I'll take a look. I don't really trade crypto, but I'll take a look at it. Bitcoin came down to retest this prior high from 2017, coming back up after this breakdown here from these previous highs. Weekly chart, it's really come back up to retest the most significant area, arguably right now for Bitcoin. And that's that 31,000 mark. It's actually been pretty strong, which is interesting. And on that note, Bitcoin's been riding off of, okay, risk on. It's been really the leader for the overall equities market. That's what it was the past year or two. And now we've been riding and driving here. Currently broke through this trend line, so it's on a breakout mode here. No doubt it's on a breakout mode. Let's see. Broke out, retested, ran, but now we're running into a massive area of rejection. So I definitely wouldn't be buying here. You have just way too many rejection points in this zone. So I would definitely wait for 32,000 to be reclaimed. If Bitcoin reclaims 32,466, let's just say 33,000. Then I think buys are definitely on the table, and we're going to, you know, as long as we can maintain this zone here, a lot of heavy rejection. However, if the overall market condition, the sentiment with the consumers and the overall market gets weak, and you start seeing some more bearish fundamentals, you see the equity start rolling over, then Bitcoin's in trouble, and you could definitely see sells off of this area here. It's clearly been strong, so I wouldn't be necessarily jumping in front of it and looking for sells. But if you want to scalp some sells off here, you know, maybe you can get it. If you hop on down to like the lower time frames, it's clearly been just marching forward, flagging here at these highs. If I were looking for sells, it would have to be like a break of this structure low for some sells here. You don't want to jump in front of a moving train. Something like this, or if you're gonna look for buys, I don't even know if buys, just, I mean, you're just buying into resistance. But if you want to look for some kind of, you know, scalp play, you could look for a move above this consolidation high for a potential pop somewhere in the zone. You have to go back to the old time and look where it's at. But regardless, it's been on a tear. Just see how it reacts to this 32,000 area. Moving back through the analysis, let's take a look at metals, gold. Four-hour chart broke out of this wedge. If you look at the overall Fibonacci's, we are sitting at, well, we just came back to retest a 50% retracement of this breakout. If you look at this current breakout, you know, we are within this descending channel here. Broke through the channel, broke through this high, so we're now officially on a active bullish sequence now on the lower time frames. So looking for buys only looking for buys here on gold. Drew the Fibonacci's from the bottom to the top here, and so 38.2% retracement, which is the valid high or low, is where I'll look for some buys potentially. So it's either going to be the 38.2% retracement, or it's going to be the 50% retracement. So one of these two zones right here is where I'll look for buys, preferably around VWAP and around the 50 EMA here, where we've seen some support before. Maybe you find something like this and then continue out of here. That would be ideal. See on the higher time frames. On the 2-hour chart, you have a lot of buying A lot of buying, and then that one bearish candle. So this could be an area of interest for some potential buys. 4-hour chart, hour and 45 minutes left. So we're getting this pullback where we had a lot of 4-hour rejection, and then that potential continuation higher. So ideally, I mean, what you'll probably see is a move at least up towards 2013, based off the 4-hour chart, 1-hour chart as well. So I think 2012 I'm going to go for would be in play. So it'll be something like this, depending on where the stop is. Once we create structure, it'll be around a 4-to-1. So not a bad play. So we're gonna look for buys on gold today here. Sells are just not in play now that we actually broke lower time frame market structure and we're maintaining higher time frame support. Looking at oil, oil's still in this range ever since that gap up, so it's still accumulating. We've been creating these lower highs at this area of support. So a couple things you could look for. Do I want to trade in this range? Not really, not necessarily. So I'm not going to trade in this range, but you could either wait for like a confirmation break below, retest, and then sells. If you want to try to find buys off of here, off of some kind of support being found, look for a move back up towards these highs, the 80-40. There's really only two options you have today. I wouldn't really look for some buys then into sells because it's not enough range here, and then at that point you're just chopping yourself up. So play the better trade and wait for an actual move out of this nasty range on oil. Pound yen chopping around, chop. Broke through the 165 resistance. Overall, we've been on this bullish run since the last about month or so. Created our 38.2% retracement. Now we're pushing higher. So not looking for sells on pound yen because the 165 is a strong area of rejection. It's a strong psychological level. If you're to look for sells, I mean, it's too choppy in here, way too choppy in here to even want to consider sells. If you were to look for sells, it'd be like this, but again, no range at all to that. Buys, I'm not going to buy in front of 166 or in front of this rejection here. So unless pound yen can push down to 165 and find some support, then I'll look for longs. Otherwise, I'm not going to be trading pound yen today. I'll add an alert in case it does come down. That's the only way I'll trade pound yen today. Pound USD is now on an active bullish sequence on the lower time frames here. We were creating these higher lows back from beginning of March. Broke through some strong volume yesterday, grinded back up overnight. Broke through this channel, this descending channel. Broke through this previous high, so a confirmed bullish sequence now. Although I don't really like any price action. I mean, it's been way too choppy and just ranging and grinding. So no like really good play for pound USD here. It's just been this move here. Just way too much grinding, bullish price action. So I'm not convinced on this move. We are sitting above this rejection here from December and January. So, you know, it's either sitting above it or it's going to become another rejection and then push back down. So I'm going to wait for it. I need a day to confirm where it's going to go. Then I'll participate. So I'm not going to be participating in pound USD today. Let's see, Euro USD broke through these lows, finding some resistance here. So potential, I mean, decent range for some sells here if we can get some bullish price action on the dollar. But we're back above, like back in this range here, this choppy range, so not a huge fan. Again, I will not be participating with that either. USD JPY. I was looking at this chart here, so we're hitting some pretty heavy resistance. Just rejected yesterday at its peak. Created this trend line here that we just retested as well. We're in this channel, the upside. And so now looking at price action today, after this rejection, I was looking for a sell-off, right? Because every time we reject to this area here, you get that sell-off, right? And so the sell-off ends usually right around here, as well as, you know, this one was slightly lower. So looking at the 30-minute, I want to see some type of retest of this area of support that we broke below, maybe around VWAP, also creating these lower highs. Get some kind of move like this back down to this 132-300 area, and it'll be about a 3-to-1. Stops above this high. Trade idea, I'm not taking it just because I don't trade it. I don't trade this pair, but just analyzing it for you guys to stay involved. AU to USD is looking actually pretty decent as well. We had this shoulder here break below with volume, came back above another shoulder, so we don't know yet what's going to happen. We could either break below, retest for some sells back down, or we can find some support here and then rally on out of here. So at an actually pretty interesting point, Euro JPY, again, we're sitting here at resistance, 145, 400, pretty heavy area of rejection. Just a choppy range today. I mean, you could potentially try to catch sells off of here, but just it's too choppy in here for me to want to participate. And then CAD JPY, we are sitting here at this pretty heavy rejection point. Saw some selling overnight, finding some support. So I'd like to see something like this for CAD JPY. That's it's really for the pairs. You know, I'm not so down yet and only looking for buys if we reach 165. Oil, nothing today. Gold, looking for buys only on a higher low retracement. And US30, waiting for some kind of breakout. US 500 actually has really decent, which is the S&P, has really decent sell idea about low 41.10. Pretty clean move to the downside. Resistance sitting right here at 41.19 area. Then clean move to the upside. So S&P has a pretty decent range as well. Might be better than the Dow, to be honest. I probably only look for it to go to like right around here. A lot of rejection here. This is 40.95. More range to the upside. NASDAQ. Rejection point at the highs, the lows sitting right around the same idea as the S&P. But we do have this rejection right here, as well as right here and here. So we do have some rejection here. So I'm probably not going to play NAS today. I'm just going to play S&P or the Dow, whichever one looks more favorable. And that's it. Are you guys doing CPI show tomorrow? I don't know. Not sure, Mo. I don't think so, but potentially. But yeah. Mo, I'm telling you, man, if you get Discord, open up Discord. You can join Discord and talk to Mike and everybody on the daily. But yeah, that's it, guys. I'm gonna hop off and trade on Zoom with my guys now. If you are looking to trade with us live, again, I'm starting my new challenge today. I'm going to give you guys a better run through. Last time was just fucked up because I had the baby. Didn't go as planned. So doing another challenge, VantTradingForex.com. You can trade live with us. Keep an eye out for the updates every day. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great trading day. Safe trading, guys. And I will see you tomorrow.